Okay then, good morning everybody. I'm sorry about the delay. We've had some technical glitches, but let's get started. So today we're going to give an overview of our GCSE courses and a little bit of a taster. So my name is Jacqueline and I am the Deputy Area Curriculum Leader for Art and Design. And today I'll be doing my presentation with Debbie. So we'll give you a good idea about what we have on offer at GCSE. We offer free courses, GCSE Fine Art, GCSE Photography and GCSE Graphics. Each course is split into two parts. So we've got component 1, which is the coursework, and component 2, which is timed. So you'll have round about 8 weeks to prepare for a 10-hour practical piece. There are no exams, no academic exams in art and design subjects. It is all coursework based. You're going to be based in J Block, which is a purpose-built art and design building, and the 2 floors at the top over the course of the summer are going to be knocked into one, and we're going to have an absolutely fantastic, exciting new art studio just dedicated to GCSE art and design students. So you will be the first to use it when you join us in September. We're well equipped. We've got lots of facilities, including a gallery space, and we hope to exhibit your work there too. And our average group sizes are 10 to 20. The lessons are approximately 4.5 hours per week. So that's round about 70 minutes per lesson. So you'll have 4 lessons per week, 70 minutes, plus 4 hours of homework per week. Now, the homework is really important because we're trying to get this course done in a year. And as many of you will already know, a GCSE course is normally 2 years. So we really have to work very hard and very fast. Our results are actually very good. I mean, if you look at our results from 2020, the vast majority of our students got grades 4 to 9. So we're very pleased with our results. But it isn't an easy subject to study, none of them are. And you've got to practice, 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 because you'll only succeed with hard slog. There are 4 assessment objectives that you've got to complete to satisfy each and every one of our projects. And for short, they're called AOs. AOs mean assessment objectives. So AO1, get 18 marks for it. We help you to build good ideas based upon influences. So in a way, you stand on the shoulders of giants in art and design in order to learn from them, in order to get better. So here's an example of a student who did a copy of an artist's portrait, and it went on to influence his own work. AO2, which is again 18 marks, will help you to go on a journey in your work by experimenting with materials to discover new things in art. It's almost like the Star Trek Enterprise. We help you to boldly go where your work has not gone before to make your work better. So here's an example of a student who didn't just settle on the first idea. She said to herself, well, what if I do it in paint? Well, what if I do it in pencil? Well, what if I add some watercolor? So it's only by changing things and saying to yourself, I'm not content, that your work will get better, because you are experimenting, experimenting, experimenting. And in AO3, yet another 18 marks, we help you to put together your sketchbooks with skill so they look professional, because you will be showing your work to moderators and you may be taking your work on interview for the next course that you want to study. And in each project that we set you, you take the lead more or less, because it's about your ability to look deep inside a topic and to see things which other people are not seeing. AO4 is where we realize the potential of your work. It's not just the final piece, it's how you got there. And right at the end, we hope that you can all put up a fantastic exhibition of work in our gallery to show the fruits of your labor on the course. Presentation is important, so we make sure that your sketchbooks look busy, that they look exciting, that they are professional. And just a note about fine art. Some people get a bit scared about fine art because they think it's just drawing and painting. It isn't, because we can go into digital art as well if you will prefer to do that. Because once our new rooms are built in J Block, we're going to have an exciting suite of computers as well. So standing on the shoulders of giants, that's AO1. So in this example, we've got a graphic design student who looked at the work of David Carson in order to organize the layout of her text in her bookmark designs based on a project called Save Our Wildlife. In art, a student produced this picture here with a very long face and very large eyes based entirely on the work of Lucian Freud. So again, our students are standing on the shoulders of giants. And in this photography project, Bill Brandt, who produces fantastic pictures with strong inky blacks in contrast with white, went on to produce this picture in Leicester based on the style of Bill Brandt. We talked about explore and play. So in this example, we've got a student who took several photographs of her friend's eye, zoomed in close, turned it into black and white, turned it into black and white and color. So just playing around with ideas to make their work better, not just settling on the first idea. So if you look at these posters for Leicester New Walk, the student has played around with the type. Do I make it big? Do I make it small? They've played around with the background colors. They've played around with everything in order to make their work better. Now they problem solve, they're curious, they're excited. And this year, all our art and design students receive free access to Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to use at home. And fingers crossed, we hope, we're almost convinced that will happen next year as well. So you'll be able to work at home too. AO3, writing and drawing really well. And this is somebody's sketchbook based on a graphics project called Save Our Wildlife. So the student took a picture of a deer, made it a black silhouette. And then the idea is, well, what do I do with the text? Do I put it in front of the deer? Do I put it behind the deer? Do I have 2 deer? Do I have 3 deer? Do I have 1 deer in front, 1 deer behind? Just playing around and investigating. And of course, we help you to explain your thinking. And at the end, back to AO4, we've got that fantastic display of work. Jump straight to the evaluation, but we teach you how to write about your work as well. So I'm just going to show you a few examples of some of the work that you might do. So these are t-shirt designs that we do in graphics, mug designs too in graphics. Oh, today's it. Sorry, I've lost one there. These are polygon designs. And these are some examples of work that we do in photography. This is called our documentary street photography project, where people go out in the street, they photograph people, statues, architecture. So to get onto our course, we normally expect you to have achieved a minimum of 5 GCSEs at grade 3, including English. If you've got BTEC as well, we're looking for passes in BTEC in order to progress onto our GCSE courses. It's a great place to work, it's a great place to achieve, and it's a great place to be. And we're looking forward to working in our brand new art studio next year, and we hope that you join us too. Now, at this point, I'm going to pass over to Deborah. So I'm just going to load it up. And my colleague Deborah is about to swap seats with me now. We're doing musical chairs and she will take over. Bye for now.
Hello, everybody. So as you know, we've been introduced to me. I'm the graphics teacher, and I work closely with Jacqueline and Marianne, who are the GCSE art and design team. I hope you're all coping with these Zoom and getting used to learning in a different way. Hopefully it will all be back to normal next year. Let's hope Boris lets us all go back to how it was. Okay, then just a few useful apps for you at home. So as Jacqueline said, in college, you use Photoshop and Illustrator. They're the main programs, and you may have free access to them for your computers if you're at home. You won't all have computers, of course, so you might have tablets, and these are a few useful programs. So online, we've got Photopea. Actual apps, let me move my face out of the way here. We've got Procreate, which is very popular with the, I know it's very popular with the A1 and A2 students. It's very good. It's a good substitute for our programs, and it works in a similar way, so it will be easy to understand. There's also a little, so that's on your iPad, there's a little pocket version. You can see this swirl here. That's for phones. I mean, it's quite hard working small on your phones, but if you've got one of those little tools, you might be able to play around and do some things. We've got Lightroom, Adobe Sketch. These are ones that sort of we're recommending to you. They're not all free. So they're the two that I'm recommending, Procreate. And unfortunately, they do cost, this is not free, this one is £10, but it's a one-off payment. But they love this app. In fact, they prefer this to Illustrator. A lot of the students, when they're working on iPad, they say it's much more user-friendly than Illustrator if you're working on an iPad. And this is the kind of thing we're doing. So working, I'm being told I've got to hurry along here, so I'll hurry along. You can literally put a photograph in it and work and draw on top. So you get a little illustration. Another example with a face. Producing this kind of work, this sort of cartoon look. Or we've got, I really recommend this program actually. It's free, and it's Adobe Photos. It's called Sketch, Adobe Sketch. And I think considering it's free, it's great. And I did check online. I thought it can't possibly be free. And here you can see that this found on the internet. It says, yes, Photoshop Sketch is an entirely free app that is compatible with both Apple and Android. So that's good news. This is the kind of thing you can do. It does work in a similar way as well to the Adobe packages you'd be using in college. Okay, we've got Photopea, great. Let me move my face out of the way. I can't read what I've put. So it's great for photography. You know, it's best if probably you download these apps and have a go yourself. It deals with type and photographs, simple editing. And again, it uses layers. I'm sure some of you will have used Photoshop maybe you've used Photoshop at school. And you might be used to layers, but don't worry if you're not. We'll soon teach you. And does this sort of thing where you can cut out little creatures. Lightroom is great as well for photography. I know Mariam, who teaches GCSE photography, likes Lightroom, and this is the kind of thing that you can do. Notice the changes. I mean, I know lots of phones will do this anyway, but you've got a bit more control here. And then I just put this fun app on. This is great to create little vector ideas. So I've got this funny looking, looks like it's going out fishing, doesn't it? And I've put a few drop down menus here. Again, it uses layers, and you can do some interesting little ideas and even save it as a PNG, but it is free until you want to send yourself your work, and that's a one-off payment of £4. But this is the kind of thing it does. Now that is just might give you ideas for your work, because remember, it's not a qualification in apps, it's how creative you are. Okay, so that was just a few little useful apps, but as I said, I would recommend Procreate. Adobe Sketch is great as well. So hope to see you all in the new year and have a great summer holiday. I'm going to pass you back to Miss Hunt now. Do you want to have fun?
Thank you. Okay then, so if you have got any questions, and you want to type them into the chat, we will answer them. And if you think about anything later on, we'll answer those questions too. Remember, we offer free GCSEs, GCSE Art, GCSE Photography, and GCSE Graphics. You can do them all, or you could do just one of them. You could do two of them. It's up to you. It depends what you want to study here next year. Okay, then. Well, I think that's it. And good luck with your exams. And we hope to see you all here in September, and have a fantastic summer.